Hi everyone. This video is to help you in completing the case study facilitator's process template. Step 1, you'll see in the document there are many resources below. Review those first, skim and scan, choosing which resource you think is going to work for you to create questions for the case study. Step 2, read the case study and make your jot notes. And I showed you my example here of the jot notes I made. So you have it in front of you. Make sure you understand the case study and really try not to solve it, because that way you won't end up with leading questions and leading people to a resolution that you thought of. Step 3, plan your questions. And the one resource that I have showed you here, Teaching and Learning, talks about thinking about open and closed questioning, just like we did in class. It's quite a good resource, actually. And when you plan your questions, think about the goal of your questions. And your goal is to get these students to identify and discriminate the facts of the case, support the identification of major dilemmas or problems, thoroughly consider and present various perspectives of the case, discuss solutions and recommendations, and through questioning, facilitate the group discussion and consideration of consequences to solutions and recommendations the group makes, and help the group summarize what they've learned by working on this case, and help the group critique the group's analysis of the case study. So those are your goals that you want to get to. So choose the case study information. And again, I'll go to my example. That is key to focus on. You'll notice we talked about the principal being a he when really she was a she. That wasn't something we needed to focus on. Questions should not contain the answers. For instance, don't we all agree that the teacher exaggerated the needs of the student? Avoid that, because you are facilitating a group to come to choices themselves. You're not facilitating a group to agree with your opinions. Ask probing questions like, what are some of the ways? And then looking at the one way, what assumptions are we making? Always use the word we, because you're working with a group and you are all together learning about the case study. Avoid leading questions where your opinion may dominate. Such as, doesn't it seem that the principal was powerless? You've led them into thinking the way you are. And as facilitator, that's not your role. And don't be shy about adding questions as you listen to the group's answers. Feel free to redirect to one member of a group after an answer. If you haven't heard from one of the groups for a bit, say, and what are your thoughts? So and so on this. Have at least 15 questions ready to get to the goals of understanding the case study from questions 1 to 7. I hope this has been helpful. Talk soon.